Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new fashion school experience video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Melissa. I actually am a fashion communication graduate. I graduated from Istituto Marangoni in Milan in 2019 and I have many videos. I will post a playlist around here and also in the description box below for you guys to go check out the videos I've posted already about the topic and on that topic in particular. I actually have a video on my 3-year course that I did in the same school, same city. I did the fashion, communication, and new media 3-year course. It doesn't exist anymore, but that video might be interesting because I talk about different things and I think you will find a lot of useful information. Then I have a video on my master course. I did that master in fashion communication, promotion, and media. So you can go check that one out as well. Go check out that playlist. You'll have many of your questions that will be probably answered over there. But today's video is going to be all about graduation and what happens once you're done with Istituto Marangoni in Milan, because I have many questions about that subject, like how can I find a job, what type of job, or especially like what do you do now and all that stuff. So I'm not going to go in detail on everything because there's many other videos that are going to come your way this year about fashion school and my experience there, but I figured I would start slow and today talk about career service. So you know how the school is going to help you find a job or an internship once you're done. I'm going to talk quickly about my own experience and just that in general, and obviously if there's any questions or anything that you want to see in particular, comment below or follow me on Instagram. Like this, you can DM me if you have specific questions to ask me. So let's get going with the video now. So if you're new here, you might not know, but I graduated in 2019, September to be exact. So it was about a year and 3-4 months ago, which is crazy. I did the master course, which is a 1-year course in which obviously it's kind of like an extension of my bachelor's or my 3-year course that I did. You just learn more about communication and promotion in general. But unfortunately, we didn't get to graduate, like as in like graduate, like we didn't have a graduation ceremony. So obviously I did graduate. I managed to get my diploma, obviously, like pretty much everyone in my class, which is awesome. But we didn't get a graduation ceremony because our graduation ceremony was scheduled for June 2020. And as you guys know, we were in the middle of a pandemic. So that was a whole other story. So it was not possible for us to have that graduation ceremony. So I can't really talk about like graduation ceremony in detail, but yeah, so we didn't really have a graduation ceremony. So in September 2019, it was time to say goodbye to Milan, at least for me, because I knew I wanted to go back to Switzerland, to my hometown, for many reasons. The main reasons I would say would be that I wanted to go back to see my family. After 4 years abroad, I just felt like I really wanted to go back to my family. I wanted to go back to Switzerland because we do have a great life here, to be honest. Like we're very privileged. So I really felt like it was the right moment. And I obviously had my boyfriend here and it was a big factor as well that made me want to come back. So a lot of factors made me want to search for a job in Switzerland. So in September, whilst I was, you know, saying goodbye to my friends, packing up my stuff in my studio in Milan, it was also that moment that the school introduced us to the career days related to the career service. So obviously this might have changed since then. This is my experience, but I think they kept kind of like a similar kind of structure to the thing. Anyways, keep in mind that this is just my experience as usual. So career service, what is that? It's basically simply a service that Marangoni offers where there's a few professionals that really help you and guide you with your internship search or job search. They help you with your CV, letter of motivation, and you have access to a specific platform where you can find many internships and job opportunities pretty much around Europe and even around the world. So that's just in a quick summary what career service offers and is, but there's many other things they can do. This is just what I personally used. So what I did is that back in August, I believe, just before graduating, I decided to register onto the platform. Many people in my class did the same because the girls in my class actually really wanted to stay in Milan or in Italy. So for them, using career service was very helpful and even worked for some of them. So this is why they were so invested. Me, not so much, but I still wanted to, you know, see if there were opportunities. You never know in life. I wanted to go back to Switzerland, but I still wanted to see if there were opportunities in Milan or in Italy. So I registered and you have to put your CV there, your letter of motivation, like a standard one, your info, and career service goes through it and, you know, they tell you if something's wrong, doesn't work, or something like there's a mistake, or they just help you build a nice CV. And well, this part was quite beneficial for me, but at the same time not so much, in the sense that they helped me just like build my CV a bit better, like just random things like dates that I had not really put the right way, or just overall structure. They really helped for that, but at the same time, they also were building my CV as a CV meant for the Italian market. Because obviously from country to country, from continent to continent or whatever, like your CV will look slightly different. Some countries want pictures, some don't. So that was just a downside because I couldn't use it for my Swiss job search, but whatever, it still helped me for other things. And I always had access to a lot of internship and job opportunities online. So I didn't send my CV anywhere through the platform for many reasons. First, as you know, I was really concentrating everything on Switzerland, and I would only send to other countries if there were really something special and that I really wanted to apply to. But on that particular platform, there was never anything that really like caught my eye. The advantage of the platform is that it kind of like filters like the job opportunities, and it puts everything on like one platform, so you don't have to search a bit everywhere. And then career days, that is I think the most important part, and I'm sure you will take part in this if you're in Milan and studying there. Basically, once you finish kind of your degree, like your thesis, you give it back and all of that, it doesn't mean that you graduated yet, but you're allowed to use the career days, career service system for I think about 3-4 months after you graduate. So basically I finished in September. Until January I was allowed to use the platform and take part in any activities. But career days is something that happened for I think about 2 weeks in September, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, like mid-September. And these career days are really awesome. So basically, once you put your CV on the platform and you say that you do want to take part in career days, the career service is going to send your CV to different HR from many brands located in Milan and Italy in general. And these HR people, they're going to choose obviously the portfolio or the CV they like the most. And then during career days, so during these 2 really intense weeks, you go to the school and you have meetings and interviews with HRs from different brands, obviously fashion and luxury brands. So this is really cool because you basically just have to put your CV on the platform and you let career service do the job. So it's really nice, and honestly, I think this was such a great experience. I'm so happy I took part in it, even though I was searching mainly in Switzerland, because it really trained me for interviews and all of that. So for example, for me, I was chosen by 6 brands. I had Etro, Fendi, Versace, Canali, Ferragamo, and Max Mara. So they're all Italian brands, as you can see. And you just go to the school, so it's like, in an environment that you have a big room that is set up for the interviews, and the HRs are all sitting at different places, and you're just called your name when it's your turn for the interview, and you just have a normal interview with the person. So that was really exciting. The only little thing I didn't know is that most of the interviews were in Italian. So good thing I have kind of an okay level where I can handle an interview as simple as that, and it proved that I could handle it as well, which is nice. But this was the only thing, and keep in mind that if you want a job in Italy, most of the time they will ask you to know Italian, because Italians are like that, like they do value a lot their language, which I think is amazing. But yeah, like obviously English is a great thing and you probably need English for sure, but Italian is also going to really help you get a job. It depends obviously the brand, but I'm just saying in general it can be a big plus. So I did the interviews, they all went rather well. They were all quite interested in my CV, my portfolio, and my projects and all that stuff. Only downside is that, as a lot of my other friends, we all had the same issue, that they were actually not really searching for people. So they came to meet with us to keep our CV in case there were gonna be like an opening soon, but very little of these HR people were searching for someone, for a candidate, or for a potential one at least. So that was just the only like downside to the thing. Like it didn't really help in that sense. I know 1 or 2 of my friends got internships thanks to the career days, because one HR said, oh wow, I see that you can do this, maybe we have an opening in this. But it wouldn't be communication, like it wouldn't be related necessarily to what we studied, or at least of what I know. So that's the only thing that is a bit blurry in my head still. But a good friend of mine is working at Versace thanks to the career days, because that's how she kind of created the link, or like how she discovered or knew more about the HR and how the HR knew more about her. If I'm not mistaken, if she's watching this, maybe let me know in the comments below if this is a wrong thing I'm saying right now, but I believe so. She did go through many other interviews afterwards. It's not because you do an interview in Marangoni that you get the job or the internship. No, you have to go through the usual process as anyone else. So she did do a lot to get her internship, but she managed, and that's great. So I would really say that no matter what you want to do, even if you want to go back home or to another country, really do these career days and interviews, because this is a great opportunity that you're really not going to get easily at another point. Because how would you get to talk to an HR from Fendi or Max Mara or something? Like, that's super rare. So I actually was called afterwards by Max Mara and also Canali. They both called me for an internship opportunity. Downside of these ones were that they were located outside of Milan in a very small city where you had nothing around. And, you know, I was packing in September, leaving. I was ready for this. The only thing that could have made me stay would have been like a job in Milan, but in the center of it. It was just not in my mind at that moment, so I declined them. But obviously there were opportunities for me. So just to say that there were opportunities, and I think it's really important for you guys to take part in these career days. So just to quickly kind of summarize what happened to me afterwards, if you're curious, I can obviously go more in detail also about like exams and theses, like what type of exams happen, how can you graduate, the points and all that. I can also go in that if you're interested, just let me know. So I came back to Switzerland and I did my job search. I'm not gonna go into how I found a job or how you can find a job. It takes a long time to master that, so I'm not gonna go in detail. But it took me about 3 months to find a job. I found a job not too far from my hometown in a university where I did digital stuff, communication, marketing. So as you can see, definitely not fashion, which is something I think I will always struggle with, finding the perfect job in my field, like fashion. But at the same time, it's just to tell you that if you did business or communication like me, you can always apply it to many other fields. You don't have to stay in fashion, which is the great thing about Marangoni. They really, I think, prepare you for any type of job afterwards. At least for me, it was my case. So I did this. Unfortunately, my experience was cut short because of COVID, which was a struggle for the budgets of the university. So I had to stop up about like after 3 months or something. And then I did a part-time internship for a few months, nothing huge, but it was a great experience, obviously. And now since July 2020, I'm working for an online magazine that focuses on fashion, lifestyle, beauty. So it's slowly more into my field, and I'm doing digital work again. So I've always done the similar work, like a bit of graphic design, digital strategy, social media. This has always been my world. It has always been the things I do. It's just the field that changed and that will change probably. But I started as an intern last year until December, and as of January 2021, I'm an employee. So that's awesome. I'm having a great time. I love my job. It's really great, and I get to be home for a bit before I decide to leave to another city one day. So yeah, that's where I'm at personally, just for you guys to know what happens with a random fashion school student from Milan. And I really want to do more videos like that, also with some of my friends who studied with me. They all have different careers to mine. They're all in like different points of their lives, like also living in different cities and countries. So it might be really interesting for you. But this is just gonna take time because I want to meet with them, and obviously right now it's really tricky to travel, but it's definitely something that is on my to-do list for YouTube. So yeah, I hope I answered a few of your questions or concerns about what happens afterwards. Obviously for the ones who are doing styling or design, it's a completely different process. I don't know much about this. The only thing that I can tell you is to really take all opportunities through the school, to network, go to events, talk to people, have a business card, distribute it everywhere. That's what I did during the career days. I would give it to every HR. I think this is the best thing you can do, especially if you're in design and styling. But this is more for the communication and business, students. Maybe this helped, let me know. And this is pretty much it for today's video. So as I always say, I will see you next week in my next video. Bye!